I think last year definitely is up there, but I think the last time back in 17 when we ended up getting DeMario is um, thousand yard year in that game. So that was something cool to have, to where you had back-to-back years now where we've had someone rush for 1,000 yards in that game to go out and get it.
Being it's their last game at Sun Devil Stadium is something you just don't think about, you just deal with it.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that whole thing because it is definitely something. It was funny because there was a couple seniors yesterday talking about it. We were just sitting in the locker room, and it was like, I don't think it's gonna hit me there on the field. It'll be when I'm sitting back at home with my parents having dinner after the game. It's like, oh crap, okay, yeah, that was my last one at home.
It was found to be the most hate-filled rivalry in the country by researchers. Do you agree with that? If somebody came down from outer space and asked you to describe the rivalry, why it's so hate-filled, how would you put it into words?
I think the easiest way to say it is when people talk about this game, it's the other people down south. You never say the name. I mean, yesterday when we were at the St. Mary's food drive, even the guys there that were ASU alums were like, "Hey, go kick their butt. Like, we hate them." It was awesome. There was one person that walked up and she's like, "Hey, I got to do it," and she just had the bear down. Everyone just lost it on her. But yeah, it's definitely something. I mean, there's so much that goes into this game. I mean, everyone kind of just hates each other for whatever reason. But I mean, it's something that you come to learn over the years. Like when I first got here, I didn't really see it, but the more I've been here, the more I've played in the games, you start to understand why those older guys do have a hatred for each other.
Well, you always want to leave the program in better shape than you inherited it.
Mm-hmm.
That matters to you. So, where do you think that's at right now? This juncture of where Edwards you're at, having gone through what you went through prior to it.
I think with the way that they're bringing guys up, with being able to put guys in situations to kind of grow, or in a way be kind of thrown in the fire and learn, especially now with having the new 4-game rule and still being able to redshirt, definitely helps with that. Just because now you can have guys go out and really learn how the game's played, the speed of the game, and still have the opportunity to redshirt.
A lot of people look at the 2020 offensive line, it's going to be even younger than it is right now. What are your thoughts going to be, with those guys every day in practice?
They're learning. I mean, they're on track. I mean, I think some of them are going to be better off than the guys that we have now that are here when they get to our spot, just because they've been able to come in, hang with us, learn from us, and even sometimes they're playing better than we are. And then you go and look at them in practice, they're developing. We're giving them opportunities throughout practice to work with the one group against one defense, and they're getting an opportunity all week just to play against a starting Pac-12 defense. So now they're being able to see it all practice, all week, for years at a time for some guys, and then when they get their opportunity, they've already seen the speed of the game, they understand it. It's not anything new to them.
Did you feel like the early game, other than the 5-yard penalties you guys had, it seemed like the offensive line really came together and Jayden had time to throw?
Yeah, we knew what they were going to do a lot of the time, depending on the fronts. Man, the hardest thing for us to get over was those false starts for us, just because it was their drive killers. I mean, we lucked out a couple times where they were on first down, and we still did have 4 downs to make the 15 yards back up. But there is the thing. It's like, okay, now there's a penalty. Like, what do we do? Are we going to change things up? What's going on? But I think as a group, we were just set on what we needed to do. Took a chip off our shoulder. Didn't want to have what happened last year to us, where it came down to one play that could have determined our outcome of the whole season.
Well, what's your best memory of playing at Sun Devil Stadium? Is there any one game that really sticks out?
There's a few. I mean, knocking off a couple top 5 teams, top 10 teams is always fun. I mean, just having the group of guys that we've come together with to win those games is awesome, and the fact that we've knocked off number 5, we've knocked off number 6, Oregon 2 years ago when whatever they were. It is awesome to see that as a group, when we play those high caliber teams, we're able to play with them.
Well, it's easy for a team to kind of spiral and lose a bunch of games in a row, and for you guys to not have that happen and come back with your biggest win
That we're not going to allow complacency. I mean, we're going to nip things in the butt when it starts. Find ways where we can make things or make changes throughout the week, or over the last couple of weeks, we've been trying new things at practice, structure-wise, with different periods of competition stuff, different things like that, and giving guys an opportunity to continue working, get better, and putting opportunities that are more similar to a game, so that when we go out on Saturday, it's similar.
Is there something about this coaching staff that lends itself to keeping guys invested, motivating, to getting you guys where you want to be in terms of overcoming some of this adversity?
A little bit, but I think it was more of them putting it on the seniors, the older group, because this is their last game at home, or it was going to be their last two, so that they were taking charge and not letting things slip, because of, in their eyes, it is their last time they're going to suit up and go out on that field at some point. And a lot of young guys don't realize it because they don't see it, the big picture of how quick things start moving once you start getting older, to where they can go out and play for the older guys and continuing the, yeah, you're playing your game, but you're playing a game for the guys around you too.
So as a local senior, then what kind of things were you saying behind the scenes to your guys?
Pick it up. I mean, continue working. I mean, there's going to be the point where it's hard to wake up in the morning. You got to keep doing it, and just leading by example. Just because there's guys that are going to look to you for advice, or look and see what you're doing, because guys are going to follow how that happens. And being in a situation where I am, where if I'm walking around, everyone else is going to follow. Making sure that you're leading by example, proving the point for guys that are freshmen that are playing scout team for us, that you're willing to go the extra mile throughout practice, throughout the year, that you're not going to allow things to slack off.
Cohl, what do you think will be the legacy of your senior program? How your senior class will
I would say the leadership, just the fact that there's been a lot of guys that have been in situations for a long time, that they can go out and show how things are supposed to be done, how summers are supposed to work, how springs are supposed to work, with taking charge of having player-led practices over the summer, things like that, and how things are supposed to be run when the coaches aren't around.
Even though you scored 18 points in the fourth quarter and only 13 points in the first three, do you feel that the effort maybe was more consistent than it's been in a while from quarter one to the last quarter?
Yeah, I mean, I think from a whole perspective, or a whole group of it, that everyone played as hard as they could for 4 quarters and leaving it out there. I mean, we knew they were going to be a good team. It was going to be a dogfight. It wasn't going to be able to go out and, okay, you're going to put up 24 points in the first half. That we were going to have to go out there, weather the storm, keep working, and at some point someone's got to fall, whether it was us or it was them, and it just fell in our favor that we were the ones that came out on top.
Did Jaden's demeanor change at all over the course of the game, or has it changed at all season?
I think it's just more mature and looking at things in a way of, hey, we got to take care of things, not panicking when things go wrong, just taking what's given to him and making the best of the opportunity every time the ball's in his hands. I mean, the balls he was throwing up, I mean, there's some nuts on the kid to go out and throw some of those balls that he had. Especially, I mean, that last one, there was stuff going on after the game where we're like, okay, who called that one? Or, like, where was that ball supposed to go? Because it was, 3rd and short or whatever, and they just threw a 75-yard bomb off of it. So it was like, okay, I guess that's one way to win it. No problem.